by and large, the first week of the NFL season, the play was not that great in terms of quality. And it's no surprise to me because I warned you that's how it would go. Because as the coaches continue to make an even greater mockery of the preseason, even treating the week 3 games, the so-called dress rehearsals, with even greater disdain, well, that's what's going to happen. Because as I've said repeatedly, you cannot simulate game conditions through practices and scrimmages, and the offenses continue to struggle. You saw it on Thursday night with Nick Foles and the Eagles and Matt Ryan and the Falcons. You saw it yesterday, game after game. Deshaun Watson and the Texans, Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers, Sam Bradford and Arizona. One team after another struggling to find that cohesiveness, that chemistry that they should have developed in August, but now they're working out the first week when the games really count. But you can understand, as I also noted in the past couple days on my video reports, why coaches are leery of doing so. Because you suffer an injury with one of your key players during August, well, you might be run out of on the rails quite quickly in your coaching stop, and your tenure might come to an end very soon. Of course, you lose that same player in week number 1, it's okay because it's not August. This is when the games count. And it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight because you have a Rams team so good a year ago, so potent offensively, leading the league in scoring. But you know, Jared Goff and all the Rams starters did not play one single play the entire preseason. Hell, the defensive starters only played 7 snaps total. You have a Raiders team, brand new offense, the West Coast offense being installed by John Gruden. How will they adapt? You have the Jets starting the youngest quarterback since the 1970 merger between the AFL and the NFL tonight for them. And you have a Lions team that's trying to resuscitate a ground game that's been pathetic the past couple of years with 2 new backs to lead the charge. Listen, I'm going to break down the Lions game against the Jets for you as a free play in just a moment. Just a little comment before I get to what's going on here today. I don't generally believe that politics and sports should mix, but I thought of something yesterday because, as usual, our president decided to attack the NFL. And listen, I think Donald Trump has a hard-on against the NFL ever since the days he owned the New Jersey Generals, and the NFL swatted him away like a cheap housefly when he had aspirations to have the Generals become part of the NFL back in those days in the 80s. Of course, he tweeted again yesterday because the NFL and the national anthem, a couple of the Dolphins, not standing for the national anthem. And the tweet was, if the players stood proudly for our flag and anthem, and it is all shown on broadcast, maybe ratings could come back. Otherwise, worse. And I thought about this for a minute. Listen, whether you agree or not about his policies, his presidency, whatever, don't underestimate the man and his tactics as a politician because it's brilliant. He's playing to his base. And if that base happens to be, if you hate overpaid prima donnas who happen to be NFL players, well, he's talking to you. If you happen to be a racist, a bigot, a neo-Nazi, someone who doesn't like African Americans, does that exist today in this America? Yeah, it does. Well, he's talking to you, and you're eating this up. You love it. But I thought about this. NFL players really ought to pander to our president. Wouldn't it be great if the NFL, instead of fighting it, just everybody next week came out, stood proudly for the national anthem, wore their Make America Great Again t-shirts and hats, stood there, and guess what? Called his bluff. Because I got news for you. The ratings are never going to come back. Never, ever going to come back for a multitude of reasons. There's too many damn games, oversaturation on TV. The quality of play is not there. You saw it yesterday in week number 1. Oh, yeah, you can say the Saints and the Bucks, that was an entertaining game, but was it good football? Let's be honest. It wasn't. And the other thing is this. We live in a fractured society in terms of our viewing audience. It's never going to be the same. The young people that should be growing up to be the next group of millennials taking over the viewing audience that Nielsen so desires to make you part of, counting your viewing habits, they're not growing up watching the NFL. They have other things to do. They're watching YouTube stars that you and I, because of our ages, we couldn't even name. And they're not on Facebook anymore because that was so 2 years ago. They're not on Snapchat anymore because that was so 3 years ago. They're not on Twitter anymore because that was so yesterday as well. They're going on to other things. Oh, they might be playing fantasy football, but listen, they're not watching the games. They're going to stats services that are compiling the stats for you instantly. they're not watching the games, just like they're not watching baseball and other sports either. The viewing demographics have changed. They're never going to come back for the NFL, period. End the story. The league itself can't even decide how to enforce its own rules. It changes minute by minute, game by game, week by week. So how do you ever expect them to garner a return to the viewing audience? It's never going to be the same. So Trump can say whatever he wants. The players can say what they want. The leagues can try to, hey, let's have Carrie Underwood cut a new song for Sunday Night Football. It doesn't matter. It's never going to change. Okay, let's talk about what's going on here at the sites. Let's talk about who's hot. That would be me. I won again yesterday, top-rated 15-dime winner in the NFL. Improved to 2-0 on the season as I cashed in with the Eagles on Thursday night. And yesterday I cashed in with the Cincinnati Bengals. Thank you, Bengals, for that 17-point fourth-quarter outburst to get the win at Indianapolis. And today, top-rated 15-dime winner, number 11 out of 14 on Los Angeles and Oakland as I go for winning day 47 out of 72 overall. And you get it for half price by using coupon code. Let's come up with something original. The word half, H-A-L-F. The early game would be covered by Tommy Brunson. I told you I brought him back to the site in August because he had a hell of an NFL season last year. He goes for winning day number 14 out of 20 with top-rated NFL 100-dime winner, number 2 in a row on the Jets in Detroit. Matches his 100-dime winner on the Bears last night, who shoulda, coulda, and woulda won the game outright. What a collapse, right? $10 bettors up over $7,500 in the NFL the past 2 seasons. Double the strength of his 50-dime NFL or 50-dime winner, number 7 out of 9 on the Eagles on Thursday night. You get it for over half price off by using coupon code 100dimer, 100DIMER. All your other coupon codes and promos are over on the home page. With that being said, let's break down this game between the Lions and the Jets. Listen, the Lions rebuilt their offensive backfield. They went and signed LeGarrette Blount from Philadelphia. He is not the same guy who was so strong for the Patriots last year, and really he wasn't that good in the second half of the season for the Eagles last season either. But I think early in the year, he will give the Lions what they need. And what they really are going to get from him is a change of pace back. He's going to be the bull back, the guy to give them the power running. But Kerryon Johnson, the guy out of Auburn, the rookie, is really going to give them the change of pace back that they're going to need. And I think that the combination of them, those two, are going to be very effective. And how could they not be? The Lions were number 32 out of a 32 team league rushing the ball last year. I think that it helps that Matt Patricia, the former defensive coordinator of the Patriots, is very familiar with the Jets' defensive secondary or defensive schemes. Can the Detroit Lions get any type of pass rush? That's going to be key here tonight. They had no pass rush at all in the preseason. They've got to be able to exert some pressure on the Jets rookie quarterback who's playing behind an offensive line that gave up 47 sacks a year ago. It's a big number, but I do think that Matt Stafford will be able to do a decent job against the Jets. I also note that the Lions secondary, although they didn't get a lot of help from their front seven in terms of generating a pass rush last year, that secondary was pretty good in terms of a ball hawking unit, coming up with 19 interceptions a year ago. So I like Detroit minus the points tonight. That would be your first free play. In baseball, I am going to go with the Pittsburgh Pirates and Trevor Williams, who has a 0.66 earned run average in his last 9 starts. 2 starts ago, he went to St. Louis, pitched 6 innings of 3-hit shutout ball and struck out 8 along the way. Adam Wainwright going for the Cardinals. Yes, he has 17 scoreless innings under his belt and 6 rehab starts since coming back from an elbow injury that has kept him out since May 13th. But I don't know what you're going to get from Adam Wainwright here tonight. And listen, the Pirates are coming off a 5-0 homestand against the Reds and the Marlins. True, they had lost 14 of their 19 games prior to that. I'm going to go again with the Pirates and Trevor Williams, who's been one of the hottest pitchers in baseball in the second half of the season. So, Lions and the Pirates, your 2 complimentary plays. That'll do it. I'll talk to you again